Look, if your kid tries to get you canceled because you perpetuate systems of oppressive whiteness by treating all races equally, which is totally racist, they might be learning CRT at school.
In the year 2023, it also amazes me how many people are like, well, I don't see color, or it would be so much better if we just didn't worry about someone's skin tone.
I love this term in 2023 because it's been said for every year that I can remember. And it suggests to me that we living in whatever future year we're living in are so enlightened that we wouldn't possibly make the mistakes of the past, or we wouldn't possibly forget the lessons of the past that we should have learned. And so for a diversity, equity, and inclusion employee working at Google to not know the history of what Martin Luther King lived and died for and said in one of his most famous speeches of all time, one of the most famous speeches of all time, is amazingly disrespectful to history, intelligence, and Martin Luther King himself. Oh, and additionally, the civil rights movement.
I have the pleasure to present to you Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr.
It would be so much better if we just didn't worry about someone's skin tone.
Tell them about the dream.
You as an individual are contributing to the problem.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Has our country been fed a steady diet of critical race theory to the point where our history is being wiped clean and being replaced with racial divide? In 2023, we should not be seeing everything as race-based. As old as I am, I can remember a time in history when we weren't as racist as we are now. Racism is being sold in our schools to our youth. And this is a perfect example of it. She's a diversity, equity, and inclusion employee who believes in judging people by their skin tone instead of seeing things equally. Isn't seeing race and judging based off race racism? And if it is CRT then racist?
Because our broader society sees color, and it's not just physically seeing a color. There is so much more to it than just that. And if you don't understand that, you are again part of the problem.
This message of struggle and hope became the defining moment not only of King's career, but also the civil rights movement. Both the speech and the March on Washington were credited with helping secure the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, a landmark piece of legislation that ended segregation and banned discrimination on the basis of race or sex in the workplace.
Is the American education system failing us so badly that Americans who have received the benefits of the Equal Rights Act that MLK helped pass don't even realize what he said in that famous speech that helped get the Equal Rights Act passed? What an unbelievable spit in the face to not understand historically who helped you get the rights that you have, and then to espouse and tell people that they are the problem if they believe what Martin Luther King Jr. said. A man who lived and died for the civil rights movement. A man who lived and died for her to have the right now to say the opposite of what he died for.
I think we need to return to what where things were, or mostly were, which is a focus on merit, and it doesn't matter whether you're a man, woman, you know, what race you are, what beliefs you have. What matters is, you know, how good are you at your job, or what are your skills? That's the least sort of racist, sexist you can be. Is just care about the work that somebody does and not anything else.
Racism isn't going anywhere because CRT is teaching it to every generation coming through the school system. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe button, comment, share, follow us on X, Telegram, and Rumble. Thanks for watching.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Check you later, check you later.